The energy inside Lu Sheng begins to surge wildly as his stellar breakthrough kicks off, releasing a massive wave of power that instantly shatters his previous limits. Right on cue, his shadow clone across the dimensional barrier reacts, channeling the dark side of his stellar path as eerie green flames rise to match his energy. Feeling the deep connection to both sides of the cosmos, Lu Sheng holds these extreme powers in the palms of his hands, fully embracing the truth that light and shadow are just two halves of the same coin. Without a moment of hesitation, he slams these opposing forces together, forcing the light and dark flames to merge into a brand new form of power. He can feel that his power now goes far beyond regular stars, reaching into the fundamental laws of light and heat, sending out a shockwave that cracks the space around him. When the dust finally settles, he steps out from the wreckage completely untouched, with his physical body now hosting a completely rebuilt foundation. He has successfully mastered both the pure light side of the cosmos, known as the extreme yang law, and its dark counterpart, the extreme yin law. These opposite forces perfectly fuse inside him, transforming his entire body into a vessel of ultimate cosmic balance. With this incredible breakthrough, a natural divine energy starts to show inside him, letting him walk through the universe like a rising god. Deep down at a microscopic level, his immortal cells mutate even further, transforming his physical body into something truly divine. This single moment completely shatters his old limitations, rebuilding his foundation to give him unmatched power as he gets ready to face his enemies. Lu Sheng takes a quiet moment to catch his breath and think back on his journey, remembering his master, Yang Yizhou, who helped him start this path in the first place. However, his current path belongs to him alone, since he built it step by step, pushing every single stage of his cultivation to its absolute limit. He chose this difficult road to surpass everyone who came before him, working hard to escape Wang He's shadow and earn true freedom. What once felt like an impossible dream is finally becoming real as he continues to climb his own golden path of cultivation. As the reality of his achievement sinks in, he realizes he has actually done the impossible, now standing right at the edge of something massive. He didn't just break past his limits, he took a giant leap toward a level of power that is almost too crazy to imagine. He knows that if he can't surpass the old masters right now, he won't stand a single chance of reaching the legendary level 17 when the time comes. Level 17 is a legendary rank, a mythical level of power that cultivators throughout history aren't even sure is real. Yet, every single struggle and risk he took was for a shot at this future, and this breakthrough finally makes that dream feel within his grasp. If he can eventually go beyond Duan Yifeng's path and create more of his own unique techniques, his chances of reaching that absolute peak will skyrocket. Guided by this new insight, his martial arts reach the 6th realm, giving him the power to control the universe's light and heat with a simple punch. Feeling a bit proud of his success, he decides that his old technique name sounds a bit too basic and definitely needs an upgrade. He remembers an arcade game boss from his past life, a godlike being so strong it could only be sealed away, and decides to name his ultimate move after that deity. He proudly names his new ultimate move Bright Sunshine, and with this supreme law skill, his overall strength reaches a whole new level. With a casual snap of his fingers, he feels like the true master of extreme yang, commanding all light and heat as if he were a living god king sitting on a throne. But then, a quick wave of self-awareness hits him, making him feel a bit embarrassed about how overly dramatic and boastful he is acting. Quickly shaking off the embarrassment, he focuses back on the battlefield, noticing that the remaining pirate commanders are still hovering in the void of space. Across the distance, the enemy captains are completely frozen in fear, sweating as they realize their vanguard was wiped out so easily by this terrifying monster. Their hesitation plays right into his hands, because he views their presence as the perfect opportunity to test out his brand new strength. He wants to find out the true limits of his extreme yang path's 1st realm and see exactly what it is capable of doing. Pointing a single finger upward to summon cosmic lightning, he mockingly asks the invaders if they are ready to face divine judgment. Meanwhile, back inside the nearby spaceship, the pressure is so heavy that the veteran fighter, Wu Tian, drops to his knees, his body shaking under the massive weight of the aura. Staring blankly at the monitor, Wu Tian watches in absolute awe, realizing that the young man outside is no longer just a cultivator, but a literal god walking among mortals. Babuluo collapses right next to him, his face filled with pure disbelief as the overwhelming pressure completely crushes his senses. Even the veteran expert, Hai Jidao, barely manages to stay on his feet, forcing himself to stand while sweat pours down his face as he fights his growing panic. Zi Yongxian and Masha look at the 3 masters in confusion, and Masha asks what is wrong with them, pointing out that Lu Sheng is still just a level 12 who hasn't even reached their rank. Grunting in pain, Wu Tian tells the girls that they simply do not understand the situation, explaining that even though Lu Sheng is still at level 12, his actual level of existence is far beyond theirs. He explains that the young warrior has already awakened and mastered a cosmic law of his own, which is way ahead of where he should be. Masha is still skeptical, arguing that mastering basic laws at an early stage is normal for top-tier geniuses like herself and Ao Nong Turing. But Babaluo quickly cuts his daughter off, explaining that their shock has nothing to do with him just unlocking a standard law at his current level. The real terror is that the power Lu Sheng has summoned is the legendary Extreme Position Law, a revelation that sends a wave of fear through Zi Yongqin and the others. Hai Jiadao adds to the explanation, pointing out that while the universe has countless types of laws with different strengths, most of them don't have a strict hierarchy. However, a rare few are known throughout the galaxy as the absolute rulers of all cosmic forces, giving them the legendary title of the Extreme Position. The old master points out the window, declaring that they are currently watching a legendary power that stands at the very peak of all creation. Right outside the ship, Lu Sheng's eyes flash with a blinding light as he unleashes his devastating strike, turning the void of space into a massive sea of fire that completely swallows the remaining pirate fleet.